Hey there, everyone. Welcome to a very special episode of Ask Me Monday, where we're shaking things up a little bit different. Today, instead of our usual tutorials or tips and tricks, we're going to spend a little bit of time sort of connecting with the wholeness of our creativity practice. So we're going to get a little woo-woo, but we also are going to focus on our mental and physical health. And this is all courtesy of our friends over at Knitter's Pride or Knit Pro, depending where in the world you are. They have a collection called the Mindful Collection that I really love. It's all knitting tools and related accessories, but with the philosophy behind it is being mindful as we create. So there's all kinds of messaging involved with their products. And I encourage you to go to mindful.knitterspride.com to see more of it. And I'll put that link in the comment section later. And I will be giving away, or I am going to give away one of their Mindful Collection. You can see it here. One of the Mindful Collection's beautiful lace knitting interchangeable sets. So I'm going to do this at the beginning. I normally wait and do it at the end, but because we are going to have a special guest who is going to get us centered for the day, I didn't really want to end it with a yay, no giveaway. So today, normally I have you go to the website and grab something that inspires you to enter to win. But today I would really like instead for you to share with us just something that you do to create your own space of mindfulness. And that can be, you take that meaning wherever it resonates for you. That could mean peacefulness. It could mean just being in the moment, the literal meaning of it, something that you do for yourself to get yourself centered. Just post that in the comment section. Do that by, what's today? Today's 22nd. By the 26th, so August 26th at 11:59 p.m. And we will enter you to win this set, and we will contact the winner and send it. All right. Also, please remember to jump on. We always love to know where everybody's watching from. I am here at the Yarn Studios in Buda, Texas, which is this little tiny town right next to South Austin, where I live. And it is still 11 degrees here. I'm ready for real knitting and crochet weather. I mean, every weather, all of the weathers I knit and crochet, but I'm ready to be able to wear it. I'm wearing it today because I just finished this last week. This is the neon, I'm calling it the Neon Dreams, but that's just me, version of our copper sweater. And you can find the kit and the pattern for that at yarnyay.com. So anyways, hi to everyone. I see we've got people from Seattle and California and Michigan. So good to see you all here. And if you see somebody in your neck of the woods, please reach out. Maybe you want to get together in real life and knit and crochet together or just hang out. Please consider the comment section of this video as your own personal community boards. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of weather happening. It looks like I know weather is rough. Oh, hello, Virginia from Alaska. Oh, we've got Trish from Cornwall. So good to see you. I hope your weather's better, although the UK has been having some rough weather too. All right, so I see people starting. I will get your comments up as I can, but I don't want to waste any more time with you hearing me chat when we've got a lovely guest. So today, I'm going to be bringing on a wellness educator that works with Knitter's Pride on their Mindful Collection. Mary Ann Gebhardt is an educator, but she's also a yoga instructor and has a really fascinating background involving spirituality and medical industry. And she's going to take us through some stretches. It's really important as creative people, well, as people, but as knitters and crocheters, to take care of these bodies. Repetitive movement does cause issues, as we know. Hunching over our work can cause issues, and we want to be doing this for the long haul, right? This brings us peace and positivity, but we have to take care of our physical self as well. So she'll be showing us a little bit of that, and also some ways to bring our minds into the present as well. all within the context of knitting and crocheter. She is a near lifetime long knitter as well. So without further ado, I would love to welcome Mary Ann Gebhardt. It always takes just a few seconds to bring her on. So give it a second. Here we go. Hello and welcome.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I love your setup. First of all, I would just love for people to hear your background, and then we'll talk a little bit about how you ended up working with Knitter's Pride.
Okay, wonderful. So years and years ago, in my 20s, I used to work in open heart surgery at local hospital, and I was always a knitter and always doing yoga and meditation. But it was that experience that really led me to long sitting with my meditation and my knitting. I became a yoga teacher because of that. See, everything we do is a springboard to something else. So I teach yoga from a very healing aspect, right? Really moving with the breath and really keeping ourselves centered and nourished. And a little bit about Knitter's Pride, I will have to tell you, I received, like many times, as all knitters and crocheters have, we have a lot of tools, right? I received this as a gift from my husband, and I absolutely loved it. And like Vicki said, a lot of the pieces, the actual needles, have the words awake, balance, breathe, things that really resonated with me as a yoga teacher. And I started to really look through their products, and their mission, even their teal with the lotus flower, just really truly resonated with me. So I feel very grateful that I could take my knitting, my passion of knitting since I'm very young, 7, and that helps me relax my body and my mind, to now working with Knitter's Pride and to spread a little bit of that mindfulness. And like Vicki said, mindfulness isn't only sitting on a cushion, you know, and sitting like this. Mindfulness is being aware of what we eat, right? Being aware of being present in the moment. It could be a nice long walk. And knitting is a complement to that. And so is crochet. We know how one stitch moves across our needles, or in crochet that is like one thought, right? One stitch, one thought. And we all notice as knitters and crocheters, as soon as you pick it up, I know for myself, I look for that time of day where I can pick up my knitting. I sort of sort things out, right? Especially if I'm not working on a very complicated pattern, but I sort of allow those answers to come. And I guarantee that if you knit or crochet, you are a meditator. Sometimes we think of meditation so unattainable, but you are meditating already. So I'm here to share that with you. And I am going to...
I really want people to hear that point, because as I shared with you before we started broadcasting, meditation has always been a little bit of a challenge for me. Stopping in general is a challenge for me. And so, and I know it's very un-Zen to berate yourself for that. You know, it's sort of, we need to be kinder to ourselves. But for those of us that it doesn't come naturally to hear that we've already taken these steps and we've already implemented one aspect into it to our daily lives by just simply picking up our needles and hooks is big. It's a big step. And once you make that first step, it's much easier to take the second and the third and so on.
Absolutely. And you know, I'm a Deepak Chopra teacher, so a lot of my teaching is woven in with those principles. But I share with you, one time Deepak Chopra said, if you're breathing, you can meditate. And I remember thinking, wow, it's not unattainable to me. And I started to realize when the mind gets busy, that's the job of the mind. So we don't, like you said, we take that thought, okay, I notice my mind is busy. It's okay. But you see how the knitting becomes a tool, and you begin to slowly move through a rhythm, whether you hook or do your crochet or your knitting, it becomes a rhythm. And meditation is a rhythm of the breath, an awareness of the presence, right? And I know that we can say, oh, stay in the present moment. You know how hard it is, because we reflect on our past. We look to the future. It's what we all do. We do this all day long. Yes, no, yes, no. But let's try this. Allow your hands, get comfortable, sit, have your knitting close by because I think knitting will help us, or your crochet. Bring both palms to the upper part of your chest, right? Your upper lobes of your lungs. This is known as the high heart in meditation or yoga. So when you let your hands rest here, maybe you already noticed there's a sense of a longer exhale. Maybe the mind got busy. All of it is perfect. And with your hands right at the upper part of your chest, I want to remind you, it's not uncommon when the lower part of our body, belly, is tight with adrenaline or stress. We become chest breathers, right? We get this, we sort of catch our breath. It's okay. But when we can take this awareness at the upper part of the chest, upper lobes of the lungs, let's simply just bring the hands to the lower part where the base, here's where your diaphragm is, here is where the base of the ribs are, and let's allow our eyes to either look at our lap or in front of us. And notice as the shoulders relax. Notice how the elbows relax. Notice how we have an opportunity, even if it's one breath, to become aware of it. And as you inhale and you expand underneath this rib area, diaphragm, let's slowly exhale. And I'm going to invite you to do it with a sigh, like you're really just going to take that breath in and then exhale through your mouth like, excellent. Bring one hand back to the sternum and the other hand to the navel. Let's keep our hands here for a moment. And I'm going to play these Tibetan bowls for just a moment. Say to yourself silently, I have everything I need. I have everything I need to quiet my mind and relax my body, or quiet my body and relax my mind. And then we're going to take both hands at the chest. Now let's notice, even if we were to be doing this between stitches, between our rows, or taking a moment, you notice how your hands, one on top of the other, has already encouraged the shoulders to move back and down. With your elbows bent, we've already encouraged a deeper sense of breath here. If it's okay with your neck today, let's get a nice exhale, noticing the back of our neck, open and close our mouth. As you open and close your mouth, just notice the jaw. And then now, with the chin slightly tucked, notice your heartbeat. Just a rhythm of your breath, a rhythm of your heartbeat, and the gift of this present moment and the miracle that you are. And then now from here, let's allow our hands to open on our lap. And as you allow your hands to open on your lap, just sort of give your shoulders a wiggle. There's no wrong way. There's only your way. Sit comfortably. And with your palms open, even if your gaze is inward or your eyes are closed before we do some movement, let's check in with the body. As your eyes are towards the mat or towards the floor, begin to open and close your mouth again. Is there a place today in this moment that is calling your attention? As we close our eyes or let our gaze be inward, it's an opportunity for deep listening, releasing expectations. You're perfect where you are. And then begin to slowly open up your eyes. And just for a pause, you see that took no more than a few moments. And see if you feel a slight change, just a slight difference. I think of our yoga, or actually meditation, as very empowering, because I like to invite you to realize you have everything you need, especially because you're a knitter and a crocheter. That really helps. Let's rub our palms together. Do you know when you rub your palms together, you're sending that warmth up your arms? Do you keep rubbing your palms as if you're meeting the skin on your hands for the first time? think about when you knit and crochet, even cook, right? We're using our tools. Our tools are our hands. Then now, slowly turn your palms away. Keep your elbows bent. If you have any tenderness in your shoulders, bring your arms closer, right? You sort of let those elbows come to the side. Feel comfortable. Now, with your hands open, just notice there's a circulation that we brought there. And then now let's take it from the thumb to the pinky, and we're going to go each finger, flick each finger. And as you flick each finger, I'm going to keep talking about when we knit, when we crochet, there's a dance in these hands. There's a dance in these hands where they hold the fiber, they sort of create this rhythm. So as you do this, feeling your fingers, just bringing some circulation there. And now feel. How does that feel in your hands? Then take your palms, bring them together, interlace your fingers. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm in the middle of knitting, and I love my knitting or crochet, I don't like to stop. But every once in a while, if you could stop and just move through your wrists. So again, let your shoulders relax. And you know what? This is part of creating wellness, healing, connection. Good. You know what the meaning of yoga is? Union. And that's what we're doing. We're connecting our breath, awareness, and you know how our wrists move when we knit and crochet. So let's do this tenderly. Bring it to your chest. Elbows bend, chin tucks. Very slowly, let your hands move away. Let's connect with how the shoulders, keep a slight bend in the elbows. Bring this in, rotating the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Just one more. Exhale. This time when you inhale, give yourself a compliment, just silently. And if it's not something you're used to, we're going to get used to it. Give yourself a nice compliment. Exhale. That's how you show up in the world. Just let it go. Now we're going to let go of the hands and take one hand, you decide, and you see my elbow. To turn that palm. I'm back. No worries, I'm back. So here, I'm going to turn sideways. So you see my elbow is slightly bent. What I don't want you to do is have it extended. So have it slightly bent. Now I'm going to turn around and let the hand just move it. And see what you feel in this forearm. Just see what you feel. And then let's do the other. And maybe if you've ever, felt a little tension in your wrist, just doing this can feel a little bit of ease. And then now we're going to switch. Take the top of the hand and it's flexion. Now you're going to feel this top of the hand. Just move through it. Good. I don't spend too much time doing this only because for me, I feel like it's tight and I like to do other things. So here, see how it feels for you. So do it tenderly. Good. And then we're going to put on hand cream. And I know this seems simple, but rub the top of your hands and think about those tools. What resonated with me with the Mindful collection is the color and the words. So when you rub your palms together, grateful for these hands, so grateful. And then now slowly let your thumbs come right to your chest. So you probably saw this very classic. Just let your palms be here, thumbs at the chest. Make a circle. As you make a circle, close your eyes, tuck your chin, circling through the sternum area. I want to invite you to think about the movement of a spinning top. And at the very center is stillness. So begin to make your circle a little smaller. Don't judge if your mind is busy. That's a gift. The mind is always letting us know that, as you know, the world is very busy, finding that place just for a moment. And from here, we're going to inhale the arms up. As we inhale, depending on how your shoulders feel, make sure you're comfortable. If it brought your head forward, bring your hands here. Let's get a side of the body. Don't hold your breath. When we get this side, these side body here is our corset. This is what holds our core. Come back. Exhale the other side. Now, if you hold your breath, then you went too far. Inhale, come back. One more. Exhale. Come back. Notice the length in your spine. Exhale, release. Gorgeous. Come back, letting your hands wrap around you. So this is called eagle, and maybe many of you know. So an eagle would be like this, but today we let the hands hold our shoulders. This is a lymphatic massage, a little squeeze. But let's notice how our shoulders feel between our shoulder blades and the arms when we exhale and tuck your chin. And this beautiful lymphatic massage, a little squeeze in through the upper back, shoulders, chest. We're going to inhale, open the arms, and press the palms out. So you see my elbows are slightly bent, but the palms press out. Really nice for our shoulders, but those wrists and where the thumb is. And now get a side stretch. Nice side. Let your body guide you. Your body will let you know if you've gone too far. Come back. I like to use this as an opportunity to release. So we're going to inhale, bring the hands close, elbows. Now you can hang here. This is perfect. Or exhale. Feel from your chest, heart center. Live your life true to your heart and draw that in. We're going to do this a couple of times. You know, when you pick your fiber and your yarn, let it be an expression of you, your colors, your way. Why not live from here? One more. Bring it back. Good. Last one. Exhale. Let it be your stretch, your way. And then let's do this on the other side. Nice side of the body. Explore the neck and shoulders. And then now come back. We're going to slowly let the palms face down, crisscross. So you see how you can do this with your knitting. So when you've crisscrossed, I am going to mirror you. So you're going to take your right hand, right arm, and just bend. For some of us, this is enough. Guess what? Our anatomy is so different. So our bodies are different. If it's okay, let's go to the right. Just a little bit. Feel that waistline. Feel the breast area or the waist. Come back. Uncross. Draw it close to you. Exhale. Feel it. Last thing here is we're going to take the opposite arm. So whichever one you did, there's no wrong, just do the opposite. We're going to turn that underneath arm, the one that's underneath, and squeeze. Stay here if you'd like, or begin to move over there to your left. You see it? You feel it in your shoulders. So lovely. And then now come back. Uncross your arms. Turn your palms up. Do you feel that energy in through your shoulders? So meditation, we're asking the body to be still, but movement creates that. So as you open your palms, just pause. Say to yourself silently, my life is filled with abundance. I love that centering thought. And then again, let's take one palm to the heart and one to the solar plexus. Let's check in with a nice tuck in your chin. See how you feel. And then now with an inhale, bring your head back to center. Let your left hand, just let it rest on the right leg. Take your right hand, bring it to the side of your couch or chair. If it's okay for your shoulder, bring it behind you. And wherever you are, breathe into the body as it connects to what the body needs, right? So if you're holding your breath, come back a little bit. And now we're going to take the time to slowly tuck our chin. Take the tip of your tongue and let it rest at the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. And let's notice how that relaxes the jaw. The jaw is the only joint in our head, right? We have a lot of bones, the only joint. And as soon as we can relax that joint of the jaw, we notice the shoulders and the hips. Respond. Let's come back to center. In our own special way, let's begin to twist to the other side. And I like to remind you that the twist is a wonderful way to wring something out. Maybe it's a thought, as Deepak Chopra says, there's thoughts that stick around called sticky thoughts. Just wring them out. Just wring them out. Thank you for your guidance and thank you for your wisdom, but I'm moving forward. And then now come back to center. Let your palms rest on your knees. Feel that energy, feel the flow. You know, it's circulation. I know that in Qigong or in yoga, you'll hear Qi or prana. It's simple. It's circulation. Inhale your shoulders up. Exhale. And again, inhale your shoulders up. And with an exhale, let your shoulders go. Let's do it one more time. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale the shoulders back and then down. If you would like, sort of shimmy on your chair. Oh, find your place. What I'd like to also remind you is if you knit on a couch or a chair and your knees are lower than your hips, maybe putting a little footstool or something underneath, and mine are very high, but that you don't have to let them be this high. But when the knees are just a little higher than the hips when we knit, how about when you knit, you all of a sudden notice, ooh, my back is tense. So just let I'm back.
Apologies, it's the software. It's the software. Okay,
No worries. So I wanted to just say, when you knit, the more comfortable you are, your body is your tool, and you get to really, really relax. So what I was saying is that if your knees are really low, do you ever have those couches where you feel like your knees are really low? If they're lower than your hips, very often what happens, it could create a little tightening here or a draw. So you could always have a footstool or even a little book or something underneath. In yoga, we call it blocks. But let something be underneath your feet. Feel like at the lumbar spine, it's right behind the navel, you have a nice pillow or something there. Yes.
Subscription books?
Yes. Now, I would love to know if you can feel that difference. It's, yeah. So once the knees are a little higher, it's, and you don't want them so high. I know mine are really high, but just you don't want them lower. And so give yourself this little shimmy back. If you have your knitting and your crochet with you, go ahead and bring it to your lap. And just as a little bit of a meditation I'm going to do with you, a little guided imagery. And so you know that that guided imagery, that visualization has a profound healing effect. So you don't need to close your eyes. You don't need to stop your knitting. But as you pick up your knitting and your crochet, let's first acknowledge our hands. I know for myself, like I mentioned earlier, I look forward to that time of day when I can pick up my knitting. And you know, when we knit, when we're stressed or tense, we might notice more mistakes. We might notice how the stitches are a little tight, not as even. So we can look at our knitting as a canvas, right? As a way to really notice. So pick up your knitting and begin your rhythm. The other thing I want to say is when you are having this knitting with your hands, it comes from your heart. So the belief in yoga is there's these centers right throughout the spine and the body, and the heart center is the one in the middle. So our heart, you know, when you've knitted something and you give it to somebody, you're giving your time. You're giving not just a garment to wear, you're giving that weave of your thoughts. Certainly, you know how long it takes to weave that, crochet that. Could be a sweater or a blanket. So as you continue, I'm going to do a body scan. And I know that usually, if you practice yoga, it's done at the end of the class, and it's primarily done with the eyes closed. But I invite you to continue to knit. If you choose to lean back and let this be just like a magic carpet, a pause in your time. And so become aware of that muscles behind your eyes, whether they're open or closed. As you become aware of the muscles behind your eyes, thoughts are going to come. Let them come. Of course they're going to come. But stay with me. As you relax behind your eyes, bring your awareness to the back of your throat. The back of the throat relaxes, and it creates this beautiful chain of events. It lets the lungs fill more deeply with the breath. And when the breath moves effortlessly and deeply within the body, every system and every cell is nourished. I have what I need. Relaxing the back of the throat. Perhaps take again the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth. Let's notice the back of our neck. Every once in a while, it's nice to tuck the chin. Perhaps inhale the chin towards the sky, noticing the neck and shoulders. As we travel the back of the body where the shoulder blades are, whether you're knitting or not, it softens through the rib cage, the lower lobes of the lungs. And although we know that rest and digest has such a wonderful healing effect on our body, our heart rate, our digestion improves. It brings clarity in our mind. As you begin to move now with your awareness to your abdominal area, one of the clues in our day, if this area of our body is tight, just that awareness creates a shift. That's the gift, the awareness. Once you know, hey, listen, I'm a little stressed, you've already created a shift. That's it. As you let the breath move deep into the belly, every breath, allowing your mind to drift. Bring your awareness to your knees and back to the sit bones that you're sitting and the hips, and then to the bottom of your feet. And as we do the scan all the way down the body, deep listening is when we can feel something is uncomfortable and we create a shift. So I always think with meditation, we can't change what we're not aware of. So the awareness, whatever it is a tremendous gift. For this moment, I invite you to feel where your body meets the surface of the chair, the floor, and just notice that. Notice where your body has your clothes, your skin. One of the greatest things for our immune system is to relax our skin. Right under the skin is the lymphatics. So how wonderful to soften the skin and layers beneath our skin. I remind you, it's not uncommon for the mind to get busy or to feel like we need to move. That's just what happens. It's a practice. It's a lifetime practice. And every time we come to this place, it's a little different. So now allow your knitting to rest in your lap. If you can, and you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Let one palm on top of the other come to your chest. And ask yourself silently, without looking for an answer. I think this is so, for my own practice, it was so life-changing. Just ask yourself silently, what nourishes me? Before we have a full-blown conversation in our mind, even what doesn't nourish us is an answer. So asking ourselves, sometimes I'll ask, what brings me contentment? What brings me joy? And when we ask ourselves this question, what nourishes me? It's a ripple. The people in our life receive. People we love most receive. And then it continues to move out. What nourishes me? And with your eyes closed, allow your hands, one palm on top of the other, to rest in your lap in any way that's comfortable just for a moment. I'm going to weave in a quote that is personally very rich to me. It's a Deepak Chopra quote. Find that unchanging part of yourself. It is perfect. And at the source of life, one finds peace, harmony, and the undisturbed contentment of bliss. I know those words, unchanging in a world that continues to change. It's within you. Closing your eyes, letting the exhale, invite a deeper inhale. That unchanging part within each one of us is perfect. Finding that undisturbed place, it's there, even through chaos and confusion. There's this beautiful undisturbed place. And now, without needing to rush, let your hands just open on your lap, give your shoulders a wiggle, and allowing your gaze to be inward. Everything you need to sort of quiet is available with the breath. Even if you did this 30 seconds, or even thought of doing it, it creates a ripple. And then now, keeping your knitting in your lap, just one more moment as you rub your palms together. You can close your eyes if you'd like, or let your palms, as you rub them together, you can open them. We're going to take our fingers and go from the bridge of the nose. I know I have glasses on, but if you go from the bridge of the nose to the center of your forehead, actually use your fingers to go from the bridge of the nose to the center of your forehead. Sometimes in this brow, we can sort of have tension here. Let your fingers now glide from the center of the forehead to the temples. And let's let the fingers rest. Get a slight tuck in your chin and make a circle. And what I want to encourage you to know, there's no wrong way. So as you circle through the temples here and you start to notice, ooh, that's a little tight, or that just feels like it helps release my neck. That's our goal. And that's how meditation is. Each one of us, it's so different. We're going to lift the fingers and bring it to the jaw and make a circle right at the base of your jaw. If you will, open up your mouth. Now, we're going to take our hands and really open them. Bring one finger in front of your ear and one finger behind your ear. Just glide your fingers up and down. And with mask wearing, or I wear glasses, just feel the skin in front and behind your ears. Good. So even if you didn't do a full-blown meditation, here you are, realizing where, hey, I'm holding tension here. Then, right in line with your earlobes, bring your hands to the top of your spine. And use your fingers to glide from the top of your spine to the base of your head. Now let's notice with the elbows out to the side, we lengthen this side rib area. With the elbows out to the side, we bring the shoulder blades together behind the chest. This is all good stuff. And just let your fingers rest. If we have a lot of eye strain, we might feel it. But one little gem here is that a lot of our nerves and our cranial nerves come right here. So let's massage it. And then if it's okay for your shoulders, Let's let the elbows come closer together as if it ignites a light within, like almost like you turned on a light switch. And inhale, shine. Exhale, one more. Inhale, shine. Press it out. Reach it up. There's no one else like you. Just really feel as though you lift your spirit. Good. And then now slowly lower your hands. So I'd like to spend just a moment, if it's okay with Vicki, if you have any questions or any comments, and you see how that wasn't very long to notice a shift in you, a shift in how you feel. And I really, really want you to know, if you knit and you're already meditating, crochet, you're hooking those thoughts and flowing.
It looks like mostly people are just really, this is resonating with people. They're going to bookmark this and watch it again and again. It's mostly just affirmations that this is what folks needed. So,
Perfect. And you know, another thing that's nice to have in your knitting bag, aside from a lot of beautiful tools, is a journal. Because and I know that when I knit, and Vicki, you probably feel the same way, you start to plan the next project, right? You start to plan the next thing to do. And as a practice, it allows us to be present. And sometimes we can write a little note to ourselves, right? A little, journal to ourselves. So it's really lovely. And Knitter's Pride does have a little pamphlet of PDF that has hand movements in case you want to remember. But you know what? Whichever one you remember is the one that's perfect, right? There's so many different ways.
And I've put the website up now. There's links to the resources as well on the website. There's a few sort of mantras, and I'm pretty sure that at least a couple of your stretches are linked to.
Good.
Well. Yeah. Good. Well, we need you in our lives, Mary Ann.
Yes.
We need you in our lives. Thank you so much for giving us this time in your day. Hugely grateful to Knitter's Pride for bringing you here and sharing you with us. I have been doing this live show for 8 years now, and this is by far the calmest I have felt after any episode. Thank you so much. And again, I just want to repeat the reminder that you have shared with us, that if you're knitting or crocheting or sewing or painting, anything that puts out that sort of like channels that creative energy, then you're already meditating. You've already taken this step. Thank you so much. I hope that we can convince you to come back again in the future. Yes. I really appreciate you.
You're so welcome. Have a wonderful day.
All right, so that was it for this very special episode of Ask Me Monday. I hope that it brought you a little peace, a little joy, a little mindfulness. Please bookmark this so that you can come back to it. Everybody needs a little time just to focus within. So also, if you know anybody that would be interested in these stretches or these breathing techniques or mindful meditations, please share this video. It really helps. And don't forget to check out the Mindful Collection from Knitter's Pride. Have a great rest of your week. Take a little time to be creative and be kind to one another.